Hello, I'm Hallee Bridgeman, and this is part 3 of platform building and marketing for authors. And I've titled this one part 3, building part of your platform using a web presence. So in our last episode, we talked about building your platform with social media. Now we're going to talk about other forms of a web presence. So number one, we're going to talk about BookBub. Now, BookBub has 10 million users, and those users are readers. You want people to follow you on BookBub. One of the reasons you want them to follow you is because whenever you have a pre-order come out or a new release, BookBub will email your followers and say, Hallee Bridgeman has a new pre-order. Hallee Bridgeman has a new release. Whenever you run a BookBub featured deal, your readers will get a special email that says Hallee Bridgeman has a deal on a new book, a new deal on a book. You want to grow your BookBub followers the same as you would try to grow your newsletter. So I advertise it everywhere, and I use list building services. Like coming up at the time I'm recording this, in a month or two, I can't remember, I have a Ryan Z deal where I'm part of a BookBub list growing. Normally it's a newsletter list growing, but this one is a BookBub list growing. Because the more people you have following you on BookBub, the more people will receive notifications whenever anything special is going on with you through BookBub. And we're going to come back to BookBub in just a minute. We're going to look at the profile page for authors on BookBub. Goodreads is another place that you should be. There are 90 million users. Remember, BookBub had a lot. It had 10 million. Goodreads has 90 million, and those users are all readers. You want to drive readers to your Goodreads. Goodreads is owned by Amazon, so the metadata inside of Goodreads is going to fuel Amazon search capabilities and discoverability. And there's also ways that you can leverage Goodreads to market your books. And so we will discuss Goodreads leveraging when we talk about specific marketing opportunities inside the marketing section. Right now, we're just platform building. So the big thing about platform building inside of Goodreads is to have a presence there, drive your readers to Goodreads, ask them to follow you. And if they interact with you there, interact with you. Now, the thing about Goodreads is that you don't want to interact with readers as an author there, because that's not why they're there. They're not there to discover authors and interact with them the same way they would on Facebook or Instagram or your website. They're there to talk with other readers about books. So when an author infiltrates a Goodreads group and starts promoting him or herself, then the Goodreads readers don't take that very well at all. So that's not what your presence on Goodreads is for. You're there to be present, to answer questions when they ask you questions, and to then utilize their marketing capabilities when it's time for that, okay? So let's go back to, and then pages. You have 3 separate pages to maintain: a Goodreads author page, a BookBub author page, and your Amazon author page. So we're going to move over to see what those pages look like. So right here is a Goodreads author page. This is Hallee Bridgeman author profile. And I have my website, I have my genres, I have my up-to-date and current bio, and questions people have asked me questions and I've answered them, but I didn't get a notification of the questions. And so now I pay attention to it more and I go back to it regularly. I was able to upload videos, and these are videos where I talk about these books. And then my books are listed. I have connected my blog to Goodreads. So anytime I post a new blog post, it gets sent to Goodreads. And there's even been times when there's been comments on my blog inside of Goodreads. Whenever someone does something, let's say someone likes this blog post, their followers are going to have the fact that I liked that blog post. My followers will have that in their stream on Goodreads inside their feed. So when I go to the home of Goodreads, I can see the things that the people that I follow have done. And so if someone wants to read this book, someone liked this book, you know, so someone inside Goodreads will receive a notification and see inside their stream that I liked that blog post. So that's another way to improve your discoverability. In BookBub, there's less interaction. In fact, there's almost no interaction. However, one of the things is that you can keep your bio updated. People can follow you. And like I said, they'll receive notification whenever you have anything special going on. And you can have reviews of your books show up for Goodreads. So if someone is following this book, then they'll see that Goodreads readers left reviews for it, and they can see the reviews. You can like your author friends. You can recommend books. You can see that I have recently recommended, let's see, let's go back to my profile. You can see that I have recently recommended these books by other Christian authors. There would be favorite books if I had marked them. And then the people that I follow are also available to be seen by people who come to my profile. But the important thing is to grow that followers number and to remember that BookBub will contact your followers whenever anything happens that has to do with your books. You are responsible for updating your books inside your profile on BookBub. Every time there's a new book come out for me, I go into my profile my BookBub dashboard, and I just add my books. Your Amazon author page. I cannot tell you how many times I have gone to I've clicked an author's name on Amazon, and it's taken me to a search result versus that author's page. It's important that you have this page. If I was looking for an author on Amazon, I would go to their page. I would search their page. I would look through their page. I would see all the books that they had written. I would check out their blog posts. Again, I've integrated my blog with Amazon, and anything new that gets posted on my blog gets posted on Amazon. I'm able to upload videos. All of my books that are available on Amazon are available on my Amazon author page. I am in control of this page and the information that goes on it through Amazon Author Central. It's author.amazon.com. I can post updated bio, and inside Amazon in my bio, I include a list of all of my books, because that adds to Amazon's metadata for those titles of those books and my name. They also include also bots. And if you like this author, we recommend these authors. And it's just a good tool for people to discover you on Amazon. Also, you can, excuse me, follow someone on Amazon. And when you do, occasionally, because it doesn't happen every time, when that person is following you and you put out something new, Amazon will email them and say, Hallee Bridgeman has a new book on Amazon. So these books I have discovered are put up in the order of popularity at the moment. So whatever's the hot seller at the moment is the one that gets put up there. And then you can sort these by popularity or price or release date or whatever you want it to be. So those are the outside of your realm pages beyond social media, where it's really vital that you have a presence. You also should have your own website. As an author, it's really important that you have a website. It's not hard to put together a website nowadays. It's not expensive to maintain a website. And it gives a place where you are in control of the content and people are in control of whether they get to see it or not, versus social media where you're at the mercy of, you know, invisible algorithms that just have a way with destroying people's lives. So Make sure your newsletter sign up is prominent on your website. Make sure that there is an easy way to contact you. Make sure that your social media links are easy to find. Have a page for a press kit so that if someone is looking for information about you, then that can easily be discovered. I had someone who was trying to email me and they had my name misspelled. So they went to my website and went to my press kit and through there found the name of my agent and contacted my agent and said, I'm trying to reach Hallee Bridgeman about the speaking engagement. And then he was able to contact me and I was able to reconnect with them. So, and then it's also a place for you to list your books. I list mine by series so that people know where to start reading. Like here's a series and this is the series in order. You might want to blog. That's up to you. It refreshes your SEO, which is your search engine optimization. So every time you put something new out on the World Wide Web, your discoverability inside the World Wide Web kind of gets up to the top a little bit more, and then it'll sink back down and then you put up something new and it goes back up. And it's just a way to refresh SEO. Mine is connected to my website. They're through the same, it's the same. Like I use a WordPress.org self-hosted website and my blog is just a part of my website. I know that there was a time when people had blogs and they had websites and the two were not ever on the same platform, but now they are. Now it's easy to make them the same platform. And I would recommend doing that as much as possible. And if you have them separate, if you have someone who builds a website for you and you handle your own blog, at least make the transition for the author, for the reader who's going from one place to the other, make it seamless so that they don't realize that they've actually changed locations. Drive traffic to your blog. Driving traffic to your blog increases your discoverability. The more popular your web presence is, the higher your discoverability is, but also beyond that, when you have people come to your site, again, it's your home. You're in control of the way it's decorated. You're in control of the content inside of it. When you invite people into your home, it's your control versus, you know, somewhere outside a restaurant where there's other people involved in your experience there. This is the place where you're the one who makes the experience happen. So if you're looking for ideas, I one time did a Google search for blog ideas for writers. So I've just clicked that link and in 0.65 seconds, we had 111 million articles come up of blog ideas for writers. So there is no end of creative ideas that you can make in a simple Google search if you are just out of blog topics to write about. So let's go over my website briefly. This is my website. I built it myself and I recently redesigned it. What I did was I found a New York Times bestselling author who I have followed for 30 years. And I kind of looked at her website and said, what does she do? And how did her designers design it? And then took the elements out of that I liked, and then went to another author and took the elements out of that I liked. And then I just put together my own. So I have a slider of anything new and unusual. So new books. Here's my header with all of my social media links. Here is my menu, but then also the menu occurs lower. So new books in 2022, new books that came out in 2021, and there's an option to view all books. So if someone clicks that link, then they're taken to all of my books in order of series. The first in series free that I have, and again, the opportunity to view all the books. And then here is my menu again, but now in a visual form, because remember when we talked about Instagram, we talked about that we're such a visual world anymore. So an option to go to my store. So at my store is where I sell things directly. It's not, it doesn't go through an aggregator, it's mine. And so people can buy ebooks from me, they can buy paperbacks from me, they can even buy my coffee from me. And eventually this year, it's on my list of things to do to add audiobooks to my store. So I intentionally try to drive people to purchase from my store versus other locations. This is my about page. which has my bio, my mission statement, and a quote that someone left in a review. Hallee Bridgeman is not the average storyteller. She is a story weaver, knitting the lives of fictional people so well that you too are woven in. And I think that that's a great introduction to my About Hallee. I have get your free book, which is the sign up for my newsletter. And that's where this goes, is so that you don't miss anything about all of my stuff. Sign up for my newsletter, and in return, you get this free book. You'll notice that it's also get your free book, and here, get your free book. It's in all those places. My coffee, my speaking, what about me speaking, ask Hallee a question. I always reference this place in my Monday morning coffee and chat. If you have a question for me, click the button on my website. Here are my recent blog posts. And then any new releases that I have had in the last few months are available there. So that's basically my website and how I've put it together. So that is web presence, how to build your platform with web presence, not advertise, not, but just your platform building. And I want to stress again how, so that is the web presence part outside of social media that's important in your platform building as an author. And this class, along with the 2 previous classes, are going to be found at successfulchristianselfpublishing.com. And you'll be able to maneuver between the classes by clicking next and next and previous and find all of them at one time. So, and we will see you with the next class.